Namaste viewers, welcome to Gnanadegula channel. Now let us move on to Yoga Sutra 13 from Yoga Sutra of Patanjali Yoga Sutra from Vibhuti Pada. The Yoga Sutra is like this: etena bhūtendriyeṣu dharma-lakṣaṇāvasthā-pariṇāmā vyākhyātāḥ. Now, this sutra, some kind of a, what does it say? This sutra, it comes after Patanjali has explained the transformations, that is parinama, or the effects of the mind in the previous verses 9 to 12, in the previous sutras. Using the same principle, he now extends the explanation to the external elements, that is bhutas. Bhuta means elements, bhuta, external elements, and indriyas, that is sensory organs. So, he says, just as the mind undergoes changes, so also do all aspects of material nature. They also undergo changes. Now he classifies these changes in three types. The three types are dharma-pariṇāma. Dharma means, actually here, it is the qualities. Dharma-pariṇāma, the essential qualities, change in the qualities. Dharma-pariṇāma. Then lakṣaṇa-pariṇāma, change in characteristics with time. Lakṣaṇa-pariṇāma, change in the characteristics with time. And avasthā-pariṇāma. Avastha means change in the condition of our state. This sutra highlights the universal law of transformation and prepares the yogi to develop a vairāgya, that is detachment, by recognizing that everything in nature, gross or subtle or whatever it is impermanent. Very systematically he goes, you see. Now before we go to the details, I request you to please like, share and then subscribe to my channel. Now, this etena bhūtendriyeṣu dharma-lakṣaṇāvasthā-pariṇāmā vyākhyātāḥ. This has reference to earlier sutras. In 9th, 10th and 11th, 12th. Those sutras explained the transformations of the mind, that is chitta parinama. By that explanation, the same principle of change applies to bhutas also. It's not only for the mind. Of course, mind it has come from bhutas only. So, even elements of matter and indriyas also, they keep changing. That is what this sutra means. Here, he says there are three kinds of transformations. One is dharma-pariṇāma. What is dharma-pariṇāma? Bhūta, indriya, dharma-pariṇāma. Dharma-pariṇāma means change of qualities. Say, the natural qualities of an object, for example, sound, color, then heat, then softness or hardness, so many things are there. They undergo modifications. One simple example is, supposing if you heat something, then it becomes softer. Rice which was harder, when you cook it it becomes softer. That is change in the qualities. Then even something, if you put it in a fridge, some liquid, it becomes hard. That means solidity. It is undergoing some change. Like this. This is dharma-pariṇāma. Then you have this lakṣaṇa-pariṇāma. Change of characteristics over a period of time, Time markers, like how the qualities of matter or sense, these senses appear differently with the passage of time. After some time, the qualities change. Cooked food, you keep it for some time, it rots. That is lakṣaṇa-pariṇāma. Vegetables, whatever it is, over a period of time, they undergo change. Now, even humans also, childhood, youth, adulthood, old age, all these things, you can very clearly see the changes. That is lakṣaṇa-pariṇāma. Dharma-pariṇāma, lakṣaṇa-pariṇāma, and the third one is called as avasthā-pariṇāma. Avastha means change of state, change of this condition. Actual state of matter are senses, how it changes. Best example is solid, liquid, gas. You take water, when it is ice, it is solid. When it is little, when you heat it, it becomes liquid. And when you overheat it, it becomes it evaporates and becomes gaseous state, like this. The change in the avastha, the change in its condition, the change in its way it appears. Even avastha, even to the mind and even to the body also, alert. When you are awake, you are alert. You are seeing, you are doing, you are hearing, all these five indriyas are alert. And you overuse them, you overwork on them, then you get tired. I don't want this, I want to take rest. You are no more interested in any other things, You want to take rest, you want to sleep. When you fall asleep, you are neither alert, nothing is there. So this is avasthā-pariṇāma. So there are three parinamas: dharma-pariṇāma, lakṣaṇa-pariṇāma, and avasthā-pariṇāma. Now, what is this bhūta and indriya in yoga? Bhūta means here panchendriya, panchabhutas. Panchabhutas means they are five elements of nature, earth, water, fire, air, ether. It's a very broad classification of the avasthas. Broad clarification of the things that can be perceived here. Anything, it is earth, earthly, solid things like that. Water, liquid. Fire, which is burning. Air, which we breathe and things like that. And ether is akasha. Prithvi, jala, agni, vayu, and then akasha. These are bhutas, elements of nature. Now, indriyas, similarly, they are all linked to this bhutas only. Hearing, sight, touch, taste, smell. Of course, you have the others, inner indriyas, mind, manas, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, all those things also you have. So, bhuta and indriya, what Patanjali says is both undergo constant change, parinama. This change is called as parinama here. Parinama is change. And yogic awareness allows the practitioner to see this clearly. When a sadhaka is aware, he understands that there is a change in the bhuta, there is a change in the qualities that a bhuta exhibits over a period of time. Then there is a change in the indriyas sense over a period of time, they keep changing. This is the second aspect here. Now, how it is useful or what is its practicality for a yogi or sadhaka? Observing how matter and senses are unstable. When you observe this, matter is unstable, senses are unstable, and they are ever changing. This helps the yogi to detach himself from these things. They are not constant, they are always changing. Why I should go behind them? That is vairagya. He will cultivate this. And the next aspect is true control comes not by clinging to these things which are changing, clinging to these sensory experiences or material qualities which are always, they keep on changing, but by overcoming them or transcending them. Now you have this psychological impact or psychological way. If you look at it, our downfall arises because of attachment and response to changes in matter and senses. Once the sadhaka, once the yogi learns to witness without reaction, his mastery over this inner self, it develops. So, the philosophical aspect here is everything in nature, body, sense, elements, is subject to dharma-lakṣaṇāvasthā-pariṇāmā. All changes, dharma, lakṣana, avastha, depending upon the nature of the body, nature of the senses, nature of the elements, all these things, dharma, lakṣana, avasthā-pariṇāma. What a wonderful this thing he has brought out here. The principle, which is absolutely, very, very logical and very, very scientific. He says everything in nature, whether it is body, whether it is senses and elements, they are subject to this dharma-lakṣaṇāvasthā-pariṇāma. Then what is not changing is, he says, only the Purusha, only that pure consciousness, that is untouched by change. That doesn't undergo change. This is the philosophy here. Dharma-lakṣaṇāvasthā-pariṇāmah sarvesham svabhavaha. Change of quality, characteristic and condition is the natural law of all things. Dharma-lakṣaṇāvasthā-pariṇāmā sarvesham svabhavaha. Then bhūtāni cha indriyāni nityam parivartante. The elements and senses are constantly changing. Yaha teshu vairāgyam prapnoti sa eva yogi. The definition of yogi is, he who becomes detached from them alone is called as a yogi. Yaha teshu vairāgyam prapnoti sa eva yogi. Purushaha aparinami. He doesn't change. The self, Purusha, is changeless. Prakritihi satatam parivartate. It is ever changing. Nature, Prakriti is ever changing in its appearance. Like, sarva-lakṣaṇāvasthā-pariṇāma sarvesham svabhavaha. So, to put it in a nutshell, This sutra teaches us that everything in the world, including our body, including our senses, is always changing. When we chase these things, we remain restless. But if we realize that only that Purusha, only that true inner self is unchanging, we can find peace and stability. Very logically, he comes to this conclusion. Viewers, with this, we conclude this episode on this 13th Sutra. Please like, share, and then subscribe to our channel. Thank you, viewers, for your valuable time in listening to this. Thank you.